Imagine being able to detect a tumor with nothing more than a simple finger prick and a few drops of blood. What if artificial intelligence could identify the invisible signs of cancer months, or even years, before the first symptoms appear? It sounds like science fiction, yet a group of scientists in Switzerland is turning this possibility into reality. AI against cancer. A few drops of blood could revolutionize diagnosis. At the Paul Scherrer Institute, PSI, researchers are combining microscopy and artificial intelligence to open new frontiers in cancer diagnostics. Their goal is ambitious: to detect cancer and other diseases at an early stage and monitor treatment progress with remarkable precision, all from just a few drops of blood. A simple finger prick, a few drops of blood, and a computer. In the future, this may be all that is needed to diagnose cancer. A new approach developed by the research group led by G.V. Shivshankar, head of a laboratory for multi-scale biological imaging at PSI's Center for Life Sciences and professor of mechanogenomics at ETH Zurich, could make this vision a reality. The method combines advanced imaging technology, cellular biology, and adaptive algorithms, transforming a simple blood sample into a valuable source of information about the possible presence of cancer. How tumors leave their signature in the blood. Cancer cells release specific signaling substances into the bloodstream, a complex mixture known as the secretome. This secretome varies depending on the type of tumor and influences cells located far from the original cancer site. Researchers at PSI discovered that the secretome affects certain white blood cells, particularly the structure of their nuclei. Inside these nuclei lies chromatin, the tightly packed form of our genetic material. White blood cells react very sensitively to these tumor signals, explains Shivshankar. Because they can be easily obtained from blood samples, analyzing them becomes extremely practical. However, the changes occurring within chromatin cannot be detected by the naked eye or even directly under a microscope. These differences are subtle, highly complex, and cannot be linked to a single characteristic. Furthermore, the pattern of changes varies significantly depending on the type of cancer. Decoding invisible signatures with artificial intelligence. To uncover these hidden patterns, researchers used high-resolution fluorescence microscopy. They generated hundreds of images for every blood sample and analyzed approximately 200 different characteristics, including chromatin structure, contrast, and spatial distribution. Yet even with these detailed images, one critical question remained. Which combination of features actually indicates cancer? And if cancer is present, what type is it? To answer this question, the researchers turned to artificial intelligence, more specifically, machine learning. How the algorithm learns. To draw reliable conclusions from the enormous amount of microscopic information, the research team developed an adaptive algorithm. The system was first trained using blood samples from healthy individuals and patients with different types of cancer. Each microscopic image served as a piece of training data, labeled with information indicating whether the individual was healthy or affected by cancer. You can think of it like a deck of cards, says Shivshankar. On the front is the image of the cell, and on the back is the diagnosis. During training, the algorithm can see both sides of the card. By comparing hundreds of these examples, it begins to recognize characteristic patterns, including patterns that are impossible for the human eye to detect. In practical terms, the algorithm learns to assign different weights to microscopic abnormalities and continuously improves its ability to identify which combinations of features are most strongly associated with cancer. During the testing phase, the algorithm receives entirely new images whose diagnoses are unknown to it. It must determine on its own whether the cellular patterns indicate cancer or not. Remarkable results. The results are highly promising. With an accuracy of approximately 85%, the algorithm successfully distinguished between healthy individuals and cancer patients, regardless of the type of tumor involved. This is the first time in the world that we have been able to use chromatin images from blood cells as cancer biomarkers, says Shivshankar. The discovery represents a major step toward data-driven diagnostics and could eventually provide doctors with a powerful new tool for early cancer detection. One that is efficient, minimally invasive, and potentially far less expensive than many current diagnostic methods. According to the researchers, the first clinical applications could become available within the next 3 to 5 years. If these results continue to be confirmed in larger clinical trials, the future of cancer diagnosis may begin with something incredibly simple: a few drops of blood and the intelligence of a machine. Imagine being able to detect a tumor with nothing more than a simple finger prick and a few drops of blood. What if artificial intelligence could identify the invisible signs of cancer months, or even years, before the first symptoms appear? It sounds like science fiction, yet a group of scientists in Switzerland is turning this possibility into reality. And if this technology succeeds, it could fundamentally change the future of medicine forever. If you're fascinated by artificial intelligence and want to stay updated on the technologies shaping our future, subscribe to MrAITech and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video.